Alright, fellow YouTubers, Caleb Craig, Deadpool Toys 12, here to bring a review on the Disney Store exclusive Elite Series Star Wars Captain Phasma. Here you can see on the front, it does have the window box look. This is the official window box look, because on all sides, it's like a window, even the top. Looks very good. It says Star Wars Elite Series, so let's look at the back right quick. On the back, it says, in collaboration with Lucasfilm, Disney Store is proud to introduce the Star Wars Elite Series, a premium line of die-cast action figures featuring iconic characters from expansive world of Star Wars. Blech. This exclusive collection is meticulously engineered and crafted with Star Wars fans in mind. Well, that's a quick look at the box, so now let's look at the actual figure. Alright, and here's the Elite Series Captain Phasma out of the box. All I can say about this is, wow. I've been really waiting for the Captain Phasma Black series to come out, and I decided I wanted this one because I watched a review and someone was telling me how cool it was. I'm not gonna lie, I actually do like this one too. So I am gonna still get the Black series, but there's nothing wrong with the Elite series. The screw holes on mine do not look that bad either. So this, to me, this is well worth the money. Weighs a lot. One of the most heaviest action figures I've ever had, but it is really cool. So now let's take a closer look at all the details. Starting off with the head, as you can see here, I do like the head. Right there close to the eye, it does look like a little bit of the gray got onto the visor. But past that, it does look good. They have the lines on here, and they do have it where you can actually see the design just like they did on the 12-inch Toys R Us exclusive. I do like how the cape is. The line has a few black marks in there and a little scuffing. It looks like it could have been a little bit neither, but it doesn't look that bad. I do like the little dents in there that's on the cape. Those came out very nicely too. Now, I did hear a lot of people say that it's very hard to get it to stand without this. It's hard to get it to stand without the stand, but mine stands just fine without the stand, but I'm still going to show it with the stand. So now let's look at the back of the cape. Alright, the back of the cape looks really nice. I do like what it's made out of. And as you can see here, they put plenty of wrinkles in it, but it's a little different. They only got one square on here. And on the other 12-inch that I got, it has four or five squares on there. But it's a little different. And the line on the side, it seems like it's, I'm guessing it's that dark in the movie, but they made it like really, really dark, which is fine with me. But now let's look at the front. Okay, for mine, you can't really tell the difference, but the head is actually like plastic, and the rest of the body, all the silver parts you're seeing right now, is all the die-cast metal. It is solid. It's a very nice figure, and I do like how it came out. It's very heavy. It's shiny. There's no like any type of mess up on the paint really around that part of it. Now, one thing they did a little differently here is that if you actually look on the inside of here, you think that would probably should look gray, but to me it still looks fine. So the joints on the inside look black, but it goes with the figure because the figure is mostly gray and black. I do like how it came out, and it is very shiny. So let's take a closer look at its weapon. As you can see, his weapon is still like a weird kind of beige and gold color. Not really beige, because it still is like a little silver, but it did come out really good. I still feel like it looks like the scope is on backwards, but it's not, because this is how it's been on both the figures I got. And they just added a little black in there. So they did do a pretty good job on there, so it does have nice detail. I'll even go as far as to say is that I think it has like as much, or if not a little bit more, than what they usually put into the Marvel Legends. So that does look good for me as far as the Elite Series weapon goes. Okay, to me, the cape doesn't really stop the figure's articulation that much, but we'll talk into that when we get to there. And as you can see on the back, she actually has a little hole there. And here you see she has the little thing that the First Order Stormtroopers had. Now there you can see that it's some screw holes, but I'm starting to think like they might have they should have covered them up and it would have looked better. But you know why they had the screw holes? To hold all this die-cast metal together. One thing that's a little different to me is that they actually have these joints here where it bends. That inside part is plastic, so it's a plastic part holding up all this die-cast metal, but it still looks very good. But then again, this is die-cast like metal, and this isn't. This is plastic. So you have plastic holding up metal. I do not know why they didn't make the legs die-cast like, well, they didn't make the feet die-cast metal, but still that came out very nicely. But like I said, the rest of this is die-cast. It's the same color. These just look like two blocks. On this side, it just looks like two blocks with the line in there, and you can't really tell. I guess this was supposed to be a flap, so it's like they drew it, but it's like all you can think is, okay, these are some pockets that she has, which, you know, even if like these are her colors, her pockets are silver too. Like these wouldn't be brown, or these would not be brown what she's holding, or black, but that's how they drew it, so it's cool, whatever. And as you can see here, I don't know if these were supposed to be some type of signs right here, but there's a sign on the chest of the First Order Snow Troopers, and it looks like that a little bit. So I don't know if that has any type of indication or if that means like anything. You see a screw hole here like showing, but it still looks good. And here's what I was trying to say a little bit like earlier. This is not painted like silver, and it's black, but it still doesn't look that bad, and I do like how that looks. So about the weapon, as I was going to say, is that they actually gave the trigger finger sticking out. So you think you would be able to stick it in there, but you actually can't. Because here with the gun, as you can see here, they actually have it where there's a little trigger on the inside of there. So that trigger blocks the finger from actually going through there, unless you try to smush it, which I'm not going to do. But you take the gun, and it doesn't look like it'll hold it, and you just push down, and it stays there. So the gun does stay in place, and like I said, you can try to take that finger and move it, but that finger is not going to go in the hole, but it'll actually stay there. Though, if you bump it, then it'll move, but it's pretty good at staying in place there. Now, with the actual gun, then we turn around and stick it back on the stand that says Star Wars. To me, it would have been nice if the stand said something like Captain Phasma and then said Star Wars. It had a little engraved picture of her. I think that would have been really nice, but still it came out very cool, and I do like it. I would display this with the stand. It looks very epic. It's a very nice figure, and I would pick it up if you get the chance. I'm pretty sure these will be gone along with the Black Series Captain Phasma, the 12 inches, before the movie comes out, and you're lucky if you get one after the movie unless they skyrocket the price on Amazon or eBay. All right, now let's look at that articulation right quick. So here we have it where the foot can actually go just that far back, so not that much. It can go up. There is no ankle pivot. And here they have this, but I do not know why that's there because you can't twist it or anything there. I do not know what's that for. Here it can bend at the leg. It can bend that much, which isn't that bad for a die-cast figure. The legs actually shocked me because they can spread out that far. And you see the leg can go this far back. So not that far back, not that far back, and it can only go that far like forward. But still to me, it's not that bad the amount of articulation that it has. Here, this actually can turn and twist some. Of course, there is no ab crunch. That is all metal right there. And here, the actual arm can only go out about that far. So the arm can't go out that far, but it can bend here. So it can bend at a right angle. That looks like an approximate right angle. This can twist, but you can't do anything with the wrist. The arm that is actually being held down by the cape, it can only come out about that far. Still can bend, come out a little bit. So maybe about that far, but it also is not making a complete right angle on the left hand for my Captain Phasma. Here you have the actual head. The head can look none up at all, can't even really look down, and you can turn it side to side, but you have to be careful when you turn it because this right here is kind of pointy, and when you turn it, I don't want it to razor blade into the cape and mess it up. So that is a look at the articulation. So that is a look at my Captain Phasma from the Elite Series. I'm gonna take the stand, stick his foot in there, and I think he would look very nice displayed just like this. Like, it's just awesome. That stand makes him look epic. Though on the stand, it would have been nice if they probably would have had like a picture of him, or say they would have had like, I guess you could say, I don't know, a little more color, because it's just like a plain black stand, but this still looks good, and it goes good with the figure. It does look nice. It looks very epic. It looks like more than an action figure. It actually looks like it's kind of a statue, and looks like it would be frozen just how it is, but it looks really nice, and I do like how they did it. So I'm gonna say it, Disney's been on their stuff. I like the Kylo Ren lightsaber. I'm loving this one. I'm having a lot of really good experiences with what they're starting to come out with, and this one was pretty easy to get when they first came out too. So yeah, I love this figure, and I will pick it up if I were you and you really want to get it. So this has been a review by Caleb Craig Dimple Toys 12. I'll see you later. Bye.